Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your trusted stop for the real stories behind South African politics, with a dash of spice, a hint of humor, and a whole lot of facts. Today's topic. Grab your popcorn, because it's getting messy inside the Government of National Unity. The ANC Youth League is coming in hot, throwing serious shade at two big political names, Sports Minister Gayton McKenzie and Deputy Defence Minister Bantu Holomisa. And no, this isn't your average political slap on the wrist. This is a full-blown public dragging, with receipts. Let's unpack it. Last Wednesday, the ANCYL released a strongly worded statement slamming McKenzie and Holomisa for their irresponsible and divisive behaviour. Collen Malatji, the president of the Youth League, wasn't mincing his words. In fact, he took the gloves off and went straight for the jugular. His main message? Political grandstanding is not governance, and it's about time our leaders remembered that. Now, why is everyone suddenly fighting inside the GNU, this grand idea that was meant to be a historic symbol of unity? Well, it turns out unity looks good on paper, but in practice, it's been more like a WhatsApp group filled with exes trying to plan a family reunion. Think about it, the GNU was meant to bring together different political parties after the 2024 elections left South Africa with no outright majority. It was an ambitious dream, different ideologies working hand in hand for the good of the country. But now, we are seeing insults flying, patience wearing thin, and the political mask slowly sliding off. So what exactly did McKenzie and Holomisa do to spark this fiery backlash? Let's start with Gayton McKenzie, the sports minister and leader of the Patriotic Alliance, a man who never met a microphone or a Twitter login he didn't like. According to the ANCYL, McKenzie's been posting provocative content online, poking the bear and stirring up political drama instead of, doing sports things. One tweet, in particular, caught national attention, with McKenzie taking not-so-subtle jabs at other members of the coalition. The tweet was dripping in sarcasm, nationalism, and, let's be honest, a little bit of reality TV flair. Meanwhile, Bantu Holomisa, a seasoned political veteran and leader of the United Democratic Movement, went full steam ahead during a radio interview, telling critics to quote, "Go to hell." That's not a misquote, folks. That's the actual phrase. On live radio. Now, let's just pause for a moment. Imagine you're trying to hold a fragile coalition government together, and one of your deputies tells people to go to hell on air. You'd probably need more than a stress ball. Collen Malatji said these actions were not only immature but dangerous, especially in a political climate where unity is barely holding together with duct tape. He warned that this kind of rhetoric undermines public trust, weakens government institutions, and fuels polarization among citizens who are already frustrated with unemployment, crime, and inequality. And he's not wrong. If you zoom out, you'll see a bigger picture, one that's becoming more and more wobbly by the day. The GNU, while theoretically a genius move, has been plagued by ideological clashes, turf wars, and personality-driven feuds. It's like every politician brought their own script to the stage and refused to rehearse with anyone else. McKenzie and Holomisa's outbursts aren't isolated. They're symptoms of deeper issues, power struggles, blurred responsibilities, and a serious lack of coordination. When you have leaders from different parties trying to pull in different directions, unity becomes just another word in the national anthem. Now here's where it gets a bit spicy. Some analysts are saying this isn't just about Twitter posts or bad interviews. They're saying this is calculated. A tactic. A distraction. That some politicians are trying to position themselves as the people's voice by stirring controversy, playing the populist card, and distancing themselves from the GNU when it suits them. Why? Because let's face it, coalition politics are fragile. If the GNU fails, you better believe certain leaders want to come out looking like heroes who always warned us. But the ANCYL is having none of it. They've drawn a line in the sand and are demanding accountability, especially from younger leaders who they believe should be setting an example. They called for civility, discipline, and focus on the business of governing, not theatrics for social media engagement. Now, this raises a much bigger question: is the GNU actually working? Or are we watching a slow-motion collapse hidden behind press briefings and public smiles? Public frustration is growing. South Africans want service delivery, jobs, education reform, and safety on the streets, not Twitter beefs and dramatic soundbites. And yet, week after week, we're fed another round of political drama while potholes deepen and the power grid gasps for air. This is why Malatji's statement matters. He's not just pointing fingers, he's sounding the alarm. The Youth League is effectively telling the nation, we see what's going on. And we're not impressed. But of course, politics being politics, neither McKenzie nor Holomisa has responded officially. And let's be honest, we might not get a classic apology either. If anything, we can expect more cryptic tweets, more spicy interviews, and maybe another round of "I said what I said." So where does this leave us? On one hand, we've got a coalition that was supposed to be a beacon of unity and renewal. On the other, we've got key figures making headlines for all the wrong reasons. It's hard not to feel like we're being taken for a ride. And not the scenic route either. But here's the thing, South Africa has been through worse. We've weathered storms far more violent than ego battles and awkward radio interviews. What we need now is leadership that puts people first, not party points. Leaders who care more about delivering change than going viral. And most importantly, we need voters, yes, you and me, to stay engaged, informed, and vocal. Because this country is only as strong as the people who demand better. So before we wrap up, let's ask you this. Do you think the GNU is holding up? Or are we watching it unravel piece by piece? Is the ANCYL right to call out McKenzie and Holomisa, or are we just seeing political theater play out in front of us? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like if you appreciate honest political commentary, subscribe for more weekly breakdowns, and share this video if you believe accountability starts with the people. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay informed, and stay hopeful. See you next time.